put it bluntly.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Put It Bluntly. I've done it again, Cameron's shaking his head. To Put It Bluntly.
No, you done it right. It's just you was loud. You give me your
I'll wake you up. As you can see, we've started already. I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Cameron Keywood.
Yep, thank you for remembering my name. And I am based in Wales, in case you didn't notice by the accent. Don't know why I've only brought this up on episode 14, but there we go. And we are joined by another very special guest. We've nearly completed the Infinity Stones of the UK. We've had a Scot, we've had an English person, we've got a Welsh person, and now we have an Irish person. Would you please introduce yourselves, special guest?
All right. Happy to join you guys. My name is Jonny. I'm from Ireland, and I'm also a blind content creator.
I should specify before we start, technically, the UK, but
Yeah, technically not the UK,
yeah.
but you can like usually claim us anyways,
I know a lot about being claimed by English.
I know you do, yeah. You know the crack.
I feel like I'm outmanned and outgunned in this episode.
All right.
Celtic connections. Here we go.
How's everyone been? I've been away for a week. I had a little great getaway in Great Yarmouth with Thomas and the wife, so I haven't really got much to say. Other than that,
you can talk about the entertainment. What was it like there?
It's a haven. It's always interesting, isn't it? It's people that have got degrees in dance that wear suits and dance around and do bingo and
your comments about suits are going to get you in trouble soon.
Did you get up something? Did you get up and do some dancing? Did you?
No, I didn't. My little boy did, and my wife did, but I don't dance unless I've had. Unless I've had a skinful.
Same, 100% same.
Yeah, he probably did. He's just not telling us.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that footage. I've not played much this week because I've got a presentation to write that I'm still in the process of writing, and I'm getting pissed off with trophies not unlocking when I do stuff for them. Thank you, PlayStation.
Busy man.
EAFC, Life is Strange. Don't know what's going to be next. I got a massive list of games I want to play. I check it in, and then I do a wheel spin. Whatever it lands on, I try and start.
Oh, cool.
I might try and do that. But nothing much this week. What about yourself, Jonny?
Yeah, it's been a quiet enough week, to be honest. I'm currently waiting for a game to come out. It's called Farming Simulator 25. I've played all the farming simulators back since 2009. So the newest one is coming out tomorrow. So I've been kind of getting ready for that. I bought a new piece of hardware for it. It's called a farm stick. So it's a joystick with like all the buttons and stuff on it for controlling all the machinery and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been all week just getting
ready. So basically, that's your version of EAFC.
Exactly. But the funny thing is, there's even farming tournaments. Like there's a farming league.
Oh, I found out about this a few weeks ago, and I was blown away. I was like, there is a farming simulator league, and competition and crazy. Tournaments.
Yeah, people like they'll get in like all the different manufacturers, like for the machinery and stuff like that. They'll all have teams as well as like the big streamers and content creators, and they'll battle it out. Like it's really competitive and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Like to be fair, they've been coming out every year, so they're obviously doing something right if they keep getting released.
Well, yeah, actually, it's every 3 years now. It used to be every 2 years.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But it's every 3 years now. They've kind of lengthened it out because they've been adding a lot more stuff to the game. So I guess it's kind of going down that road where they bring out a game and then they bring out a year one pass, like fill it full of content.
Yeah.
Year two pass, fill it full of content. Yeah, so they're kind of going down that route, which isn't bad because it adds a lot more content to the game,
Yeah, I think EAFC could do something similar where they wouldn't have to really do much for like 2-3 years.
Yeah, but
release a team every week, is it?
They do that anyway.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
you want to play as Lazio?
There's a promotional team every week, so players for different reasons get extra cards or special cards and stuff like that.
Oh, right. I haven't played Well, it's EAFC now. I haven't played FIFA in
Yeah.
years because of my sight. I stopped playing it like
So,
probably about, I think, was it 19? I think was my last one that I played.
so that's a good little segue to leave us on there. Tell us a bit about yourself, Jonny, because we've obviously had a bit of a discussion about your gaming. You enjoy Farming Simulator. You're now not in a position where you're able to play FC because of your visual impairment.
Yeah.
Let us know about what is your visual impairment and about yourself, and who is Jonny behind the blind boy
Who
tag?
is Jonny? That is the $1 million question. So
Where's Jonny?
Where's Jonny?
That's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail.
So yeah, my name is Jonny. I am 38. I'm from Ireland, and I have retinitis pigmentosa. For anybody that doesn't know what that is, it's a degenerative eye condition that causes me to lose my sight slowly over time. It also comes with night blindness. So basically, it causes me to get tunnel vision, and slowly my eyesight just closes in. Over the years, I suppose that it can be tough because you're constantly losing things. You're constantly losing things that you can do. I suppose when it comes to gaming, that's where it has been tough because you're constantly adapting what games that you can play. Like we were saying about FIFA there, I used to play that all the time, like all the time, and I just had to stop because I couldn't see the ball. I was playing my mates, and they're absolutely wrecking me. So I'm just like, not playing that anymore. But now I play a lot of games like Forza Motorsport, and recently been playing Spider-Man 2. I play a lot of Farming Simulator. It's not accessible, but I make it work with different mods and stuff for the game. So yeah, it's just adapting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you? Because I know I've got quite a round knowledge of visual impairments. Not many people do. RP can be really fast or
It
really
can.
slow. So how many
It
years?
can, yeah.
It's not something you're necessarily born with. RP is something you can
Oh,
find out
it
you've
is.
got.
Yeah. So I was born with
You
it.
were
Mine is
born, yeah.
hereditary.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is hereditary. I got it from my mum's side. So my granddad had it, and then my older brother has it as well. So I naturally got tested when I was a kid.
Yeah.
When I was 6 years old, I got tested for it, and I had it. Yeah. So I've had it all my life. So I've kind of had all my life to deal with it, even though it's not been easy at times. You kind of this isn't real, deny it. But then you reach a stage where you kind of just have to get on with it. You have to deal with it, have to adapt, and just move on and live your life. Because if you
Yeah.
don't, you're just stuck.
Yeah. Do you feel that being diagnosed early, not put it down, no things obviously, but sort of, would you rather being diagnosed later on, so you could have just lived?
Well, to be honest, Cameron, I would rather not been diagnosed
Yeah,
at all.
yeah, that'd be the key. That'd be the best thing, obviously.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I don't think I even needed to mention that, but
Yeah.
do you think
Um,
from such a young age being
yeah, I think I am glad that I knew early, because I think I probably would have got my hopes up more to be able to do things that
Yeah.
I wanted to do. Yeah, I did go through a stage in my mid to late teens where I just pushed it aside and just
Everyone does that in their teenage years with something
Yeah.
they've had for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up leaving school. I went working in construction and stuff like that. I tried to do a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do, while my sight was okay. And then eventually stopped doing that for didn't want to hurt any, to say, didn't want to be a danger to anybody else,
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that, and then struggled for a couple of years and finding what to do then, because as you guys know, it can be hard to find your place, when you're losing your sight, or if you're totally blind, on what to do. Where do you go? What do you work at? There is a lot of really successful blind people out there, and more power to them. But some of us tend to not be like that and just struggle with it a small bit. But I think I'm getting there now. I'm 38. I should be getting there. But yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while. It is a struggle, but everybody just needs to just stick with it and just move on, and get through your life, because you can't let it hold you back.
Yeah.
That's
What do you
the
think
one thing.
about like media representations of blindness? You see like Daredevil, and obviously you see all those senses are heightened. I've seen
Yeah.
Wobbles laugh. I don't know why he's laughing. I mean, this is a serious
No,
journalistic
it's a
question.
question you get asked all the time.
Yeah,
No,
but-
and that's why I'm laughing. It's something you get. Can you hear better? And it's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
can, but I'm not Daredevil. That's the line I use. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the funny thing, it's funny you mentioned that about hearing better. I recently did my mobility and cane training. I did it a couple of months ago, and the woman that was teaching me, my instructor, she reckoned that like I could like hear way better than a lot of the other people that she has taught, because we were like going through a shopping center and I could literally like tell exactly where shops were just by the music coming out of them or where the walls were and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the media representation in TV shows like Daredevil, I think is pretty cool. I think it brings a light to like, you know, blindness and stuff like that, that maybe we can't be a superhero like that, but we can still do a lot of things.
Yeah. Another one I've seen is Sight Unseen, I think it's called.
I haven't seen that one, no.
It's a program where I think it's a detective and she starts to lose her vision, and she has to rely on like an app with like someone at the other end to like guide her through like cases and stuff.
All right, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
That one's
go on.
got quite a good. I think. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's had quite a good reception because of the fact it's a bit more realistic than your Daredevils and
Yeah,
your
yeah.
superheroes, because it
Yeah.
puts it in a more. It's a realistic TV show about a detective. It's not like superheroes and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like the cliche of getting a picture of a blind person or meme on the internet where you see it, and they used their canes across the road and stopped and used their phone. It's like, oh, come on. Do you not know what accessibility? They don't know what accessibility is, but do you not know like your phones can speak to you now? And
yeah. That's
No.
where a lot of these things, like, you know, they could do it like some better accessibility consultants, like, you know, to make it more realistic and more, I suppose, like what's the word? You know, like you can relate to it, like, you know,
Yeah.
like more relatable.
So, on to another. Your gaming history. What did you start? What was your first like gaming memory, gaming console? Because you're
Oh, God.
you're a little bit older than me and Cameron.
Yeah.
Please
okay.
do not say Sega Saturn.
Yeah, please don't throw the Sega Saturn at us because we might cry.
I do have a Mega Drive.
No, that's not too bad.
Yeah. My first gaming memory, we had this little console thing that you plugged into the TV. It had two like twisty knobs, and it had like 3 different games on it. I think there was soccer, hockey, and tennis, and they were all the exact same thing. A little ball bounced from side to side, and you had to hit it across from one.
Do you have to put something on the screen?
Do I have to put
Because I've
something
seen.
on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen
so
them.
it was literally like a black screen with 2
Yeah.
white dots and two white bars and a dot that went back and forth, and that was it. But it had 3 different modes, but they were all the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Moved on from that, I had an Omega Commodore. Played a lot of games on that. My neighbor used to have the same thing, and he used to copy all his games for me. So I used to play a lot of games on that. Then I think my first console was a PS1. Played a lot of that. GTA. Was Porsche Challenge. And then I went from that. I had that for years. I got a PS2, but I never really played it that much.
Ooh.
And then I got the first Xbox. And then Halo. Halo grabbed me. I was a big fan of Halo. So yeah, I played a lot of that, and I've been kind of an Xbox fanboy, I suppose, ever since.
I knew there was a reason I liked you, Johnny.
Yeah, okay. Everyone makes mistakes. It's fine.
And I think then naturally I built my first PC then 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, I built my first PC. It died. It died straight away. I didn't build it very good. Fried the motherboard on the first startup. Right, okay. Learned from that. Ordered a new motherboard. It started, and then that was it. PC gaming, PC. Like I got hooked. There was just so many other options on PC.
Do you think it's also because you can adapt and mod your games to work a bit
Yeah, I was
better
gonna
with
say
your
mod.
visual
100
impairment.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like currently I play on a 40-inch 4K TV. And I use my magnifier a lot as well.
Yeah.
But then there is a lot of games out there as well, like say like Lethal Company or Minecraft or Stardew Valley. You know, there's so many games out there that these people have made mods for that make them
Yeah.
accessible. You know, which is insane. Like these people don't have to do this. Like the guy that makes the Lethal Access, like he's not visually impaired. He's not blind. He's just doing it, like, you know, because he wants to.
So you've
Which-
then started. I don't know how long you've been streaming. I thought I'd ask this question instead of asking the outside of it. I don't know, one, how long you've been streaming, and two, why do you stream? Because everyone does it for different purposes.
Right, so I started streaming probably about 5 years ago, just on and off. Stream here, stream there. I did it because I was playing a lot of Farming Simulator, and people liked to watch Farming Simulator. So played a lot of that. I don't know exactly why I started streaming. I suppose I wanted to share my content and show how I played Farming Simulator. Which not being able to see everything, that I could still do it. I still do it to this day. I try to play games as well sometimes that I necessarily can't play, but I try my best, you know, and try to get through them.
Preaching to the choir on that one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why you're really good at what you do. You know what I mean? Like you're pushing it all the time. But yeah, I suppose that's why I started it, and I started playing Euro Truck Simulator as well. I like simulator games. I like to be able to simulate things that I can't do in real life.
They have so many on PlayStation now, it's unbelievable, and they like the most mundane things as well. Like Chef Simulator.
Yeah. You get everything as a
I
simulator.
like the one that I get. I don't get why or would what everyone's play is Border Cross Simulator, where you're the
MAGA fans.
Yeah, you're like the guard at a security gate inside the border of two countries, and you have to check.
I see.
Just go get a job. You can do it and get paid to do it. It's
we should have a round. Actual simulator game or not?
Yeah.
But yeah, I played a lot of Euro Truck Simulator, and then that kind of led me into getting my first like wheel and pedal set up. Got really into it. Created a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. And now it's kind of snowballed where I have a full cockpit, full Fanatec steering wheel system and pedals. Got the new farm stick, have gear shifter, handbrake, do a bit of drifting, driving, trucks, you know, a lot of racing on Forza Motorsport. Yeah, it's kind of snowballed.
So,
oops, sorry, dogs.
No, you're fine.
No,
mine's being quite good at the moment. So, do you think you've done you like leaning towards things you can't do in real life? Yeah. Have you ever wanted to be a farmer? Is that kind of something you wanted to be growing up? Or...
All right. Yeah, I have actually been to agricultural college.
Oh, there we go. There is.
Yeah.
I was going to say a bit of a stereotype Irish farmer.
Don't say the next word, Cameron.
Yeah. So we were saying earlier, like, you know, I kind of lost the run of things in my late teens. My early 20s, I decided to go to agricultural college because even though I never had a license, I used to drive tractors like for a living. You know, I used to on the road, like in construction sites and in quarries and stuff like that. I've drove heavy machinery like excavators and stuff.
Yeah.
Did all of that.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Is there?
Somewhere. Elaborate, please.
Yeah. Blind person driving excavator. There's
Yeah. We'll leave that there. Like we won't talk about that anymore. We stopped doing that anyways. But yeah, then I was working on my brother-in-law's farm, and it was an agricultural college near where he lived, and I decided to go there for a year, which is really good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I I suppose that's where the farming simulator kind of leans into it as well. I enjoy doing that. It kind of brings me back to that kind of lifestyle, even though it's virtually.
Oh
I
no,
tried
100% get
I
it.
try to play it as realistic as possible. Like, like the thing is with Farming Simulator, it has such a huge modding community, whereas like you can make the game as realistic or as arcadey as you can.
I think more than Jeremy Clarkson. Just asking because he got a farm now, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, Jeremy Clarkson's farm is actually modded on Farming Simulator
Yeah.
20. Yeah,
There we go. Yeah.
There you go.
yeah.
Hard-hitting questions.
But yeah, I suppose that's where like the trucking like simulator and the
Yeah.
farming simulator comes into it, and I suppose I've tried construction simulator and stuff like that as well. It didn't go too well.
Yeah, I think the main two I know are farming and flight simulator. They're the main
Yeah.
two ones that are really really good standard. All the others are kind of, I think,
Yeah,
cash
so
grab sort of.
there is a lot of people like blind and visually impaired people that play flight simulator. Like they mod it as well. Like there's a program that you can buy called Copilot, and it'll do a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff. But there's also another like fully blind accessible flight simulator out there called Euroflight 3. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
No, I haven't. That's piqued my interest.
Yeah,
The name
it's
rings a bell.
Yeah, there's I have a video of it on my YouTube channel where a friend of mine tries to teach me how to fly and it doesn't go too well. But yeah,
if you send us the link to that, that will be in the dump because that sounds.
Yeah,
like
you can
something-
see that. You can see all that for once. I'm always seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're no
Yeah, yeah.
problem. Yeah,
Send
yeah.
us the links and it'll be in below.
Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that enjoy playing Euroflight 3. Like it's basically a black screen. It's fully accessible. A friend of mine actually uses voice attack to do a lot of the commands in it, so it makes it a little more realistic. Like, but it's a cool game. It's a cool concept.
Any crashes?
Oh yeah, you can crash. Yeah, you can crash. Yeah, and it's fully multiplayer as well. It's all online. So once you join the game, like you're in a live server
Oh my
all
God,
the
that's
time.
mad. Cameron, also
Yeah.
you need to get over this airplane crash
Aircrane.
fetish. Airplane
I don't
crash
think
fetish.
they have air cranes.
He loves it.
I know. I've noticed that.
It's very interesting. Imagine being killed by a wasp building a nest.
He's like, do you want to go abroad next year to an event? And I'm like, yeah, as long as you don't mention plane crashes while we're on a plane, Cameron.
I'm gonna watch it on the plane. Just scare the guy behind me.
Yeah, I know, right? Imagine the people sitting around.
Yeah. I just have to have a sign that says "I'm sorry" and hold it up occasionally.
This is what it's like flying at 700 miles an hour doing a spin.
Oh my God! I don't mind flying, but I'm not going to sit there watching planes crash.
Yeah, that'd be a whole new level of I don't know what.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, flight simulator and like they're the main two I've heard of.
Yeah, but like I also play a lot of like I know you guys have heard of Forza Motorsport, the new one that's out, like I play a lot of that like because I used to play a lot of racing games. Stopped playing them about 5 or 6 years ago. I used to play a lot of Assetto Corsa, and then Forza Motorsport came out, and I was like, holy crap! I can actually get back into racing, and like I literally have a rig behind me worth about $3.5 grand, like for racing, like so. Yeah, it's kind of snowballed a small bit, like But like I've always been into cars. Like ever since I was young, I've always been into cars. I used to own a lot of cars. I currently still own a car. I own a 98 Honda Integra, a Japanese import. So yeah, I can't drive it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wash it, it's there. It's nice to have it, like, I suppose I have it because it kind of keeps me in that kind of lifestyle that I liked, that I loved, but I can't really be in it anymore. So it keeps me in touch with it. Like that's the only reason, really.
This is the total end of the scale, but I can't read physical books anymore. I have to use it on my phone to get the text big enough. But I've kept probably between 50 and 100 books that I just won't get rid of. And everyone's like, why haven't you got rid of them yet? And I'm like, because I can't get rid of them yet. I don't want to get rid of them yet. I'm not It's keeping me in touch with that side of what I had before and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's part of
Yeah.
your life, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's part of you, you know. So like,
100%.
I firmly believe like that you should try and keep in touch with stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because it is you. Like you can't lose yourself just because you're losing your sight. You
I
know,
love that. That needs to be.
We are not putting it on a
Let's say
t-shirt.
that needs to be just no. That needs to be quoted and put everywhere. You're not losing yourself because you're losing your sight.
Well, I have a T-shirt there. I also designed some T-shirts and stuff like that. Like try
Wobbles.
side of like
Get
of
some work
blindness.
done.
Like pardon?
He needs to get some work done. He owes
Oh,
God knows how many people
I own
t-shirts.
about 20 people Wobbly Gamer t-shirts that are still sat in. And yeah,
Yeah, like I've one there that says sight loss does not define me. Like, and I think that's very important. Like, it shouldn't define who you are.
Yeah, like 100%. Like you're an individual person. Just because you've lost your sight doesn't mean it change. Yeah, it does change you, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it
you
doesn't
have
change
to
your personality and who you are.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to adapt. You have to go through life doing different things, finding different ways around doing different things. But at the end of the day, you're still you. You know, and hold on to yourself. Like, you know, there's no you shouldn't change yourself just because your eyes are going.
fuck, I love that. Honestly, that yeah.
It's true though. Like so many people, like you see it all the time. Like try to change themselves because they're losing their sight, and it never works. Like you know, they just lose themselves, and then they find themselves lost, and they don't know what to do.
It's like my one thing is when I do my accessibility consulting and my work inside studios is you get what you get with me. I'm the same person on stream, I'm the same person off stream, and I'm the same person talking to the CEO of a multi-million-pound games company. It's you get no different. I can't help it because I've spent years trying to be someone that I wasn't, like you've said.
Yeah.
And actually, the best version of me is when I'm me. I'm an idiot, and I put things
Puts it
bluntly.
bluntly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it works. Yeah.
Like me, I always just talk shite. Like you know what I mean? Just be yourself, relax, and just have fun. You know, because you're losing your sight, like, but life isn't over. You know, and as you were saying earlier, like, I did struggle with that for a while. We all go through that, but you get over it.
And
like, you know, you get past it.
I say to people, you're allowed to struggle.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. You have to go through that, you know, to realize, you know, that it's not the end of the world.
And I say to people, I'm like, one day you will just wake, because I worked with lots of children with sight loss and stuff like that in my time in the charity sector and met people. And I'm like, you won't believe me now, but one day you're going to wake up and you're going to just it'll click. And it happens overnight. I'm like, all of a sudden, it will happen overnight. You could go through this for months, years, and then all of a sudden, something clicks and you go, shit, I've just got to get on with it. Or,
Yeah, I think I've definitely had that. And I would say I've had that more in the last 2 to 3 years than I ever had. I think I'm starting to find my place, like, you know, like be at one with my sight loss, you know. Just find things to do. I I fell into running a whole blind gaming community at the moment. And I never planned to do it. Like we've nearly 130 members now in the blind gaming club, and it's thriving. And I never planned for this to happen. It's all happened in this year, and it's crazy. It blows my mind.
And you won't ever get your credit for this, but working with people in the games industry and helping other people start gaming and things in the past, you're changing people's lives by doing that.
Oh, hopefully, and that's the aim. Like unintentionally, like, you know, that's the aim. You know what I mean? But it's bringing people together. Like we have like a lot of racing events every week. Like, you know, on Forza Motorsport, there's people always talking about Diablo. Like, you know, all this sort of different games. Like whenever there's new games coming out, people are talking about it and how to play it. You know, and there's always people there to help. I'm not there all the time. You know, I'm not as active in there as I used to be because other people, like, you know, I'm just letting everybody
other people
else.
take the mantle on.
You got to let the community kind of grow, and then people all get to know each other.
I set up something similar a few years ago called the UK VI Gamers Discord.
Yeah, I'm part of that. I've been part of that.
I've done the exact same thing as you. It's got to a point now where I've gone, one, I haven't got the time to monitor it and moderate it every day. I'm still flicking through it, but
Yeah.
actually there's people inside the community that do it better than me now, so I'm fully
Yeah.
happy to let them kind of take the reins and go with it.
Yeah, like so we've a girl at the moment now, and she's after getting her first gaming PC. She's only really getting
Love
into
that.
gaming, and she's kind of struggling a small bit. But there's loads of people there to help and give advice and try and guide her through, like, you know, how to get around Windows, how to open up her games and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it's a big learning curve, like, you know, and it makes me happy, like, to see people responding. Do you know what I mean? To be like willing to help, you know. So yeah, it's very good. Like, and all of this came out of like Forza Motorsport. You know, like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I totally love that. That's what gaming's about for
Yeah,
me. I wouldn't have met people like Cameron, yourself, people that I consider friends and
yeah,
things without gaming. And also things like Discord, Twitch, and just
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
it's what gaming's all about, is community for me.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I have to say, like, you know, thanks to the late Brandon Cole, like, because if it wasn't for him, this would have never happened, because what he did in Forza Motorsport, and then I joined his Discord, Forza Motorsport Blind Masters, and started organizing race events, and that grew into the Blind Racing Club, and then that just took off. Set up our own Discord, and then eventually everybody was just talking about other games. You know what I mean? They wanted it to change, like, from just a racing club into a gaming club. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, so we changed it into a gaming club, and we had about 20, 30 members back then. This is only a couple of months ago. And then all of a sudden, like, it's just flourished. Like, we've nearly 130 members now, and yeah, there's always
Yeah.
something going on.
That's when you can tell something's having a positive impact, when it like grows that much that quick.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
thought, like, you know, like, we're coming up to it'll be a year in January. And I thought, all right, if we have about 50 members by a year, like, that will be awesome. Nah, smashed it.
No,
But yeah, it is great. Like,
I think that's a great positive note to end on, because that's what I think you should hold your head up high for that, Jonny, and just say, do you know what, I'm doing a good thing. It's good.
Look, I just do it. Help people. I do, like, bring people together. I think I've always kind of been good at bringing people together like that, but it has been hard, like, to sit back and just let it go.
Is it
But
that-
like, watching it has been great.
It's
Like,
that cliche Irish charm, isn't it? Just a smile and a wink.
you know it. Like, you're on top of the morning.
Yeah. I think we'll end the first segment on that lovely note, and we will be back shortly for some patch notes, where we will be discussing this week's highs and low in the gaming world. Welcome back, everybody, for some patch notes, and I'm going to start this week, and we are still joined by my glorious co-host Cameron Keywood, and I still feel bad calling him this, Blind Boy, also known as Jonny.
I am blind, and I am a boy.
Yep.
So I wanted to talk on, it's a statement from Sony's...
Oh, no, you gotta try and say his name, please.
Okay, so it is Sony's finance and IR chief, Sadakiko Hayakawa. That wasn't actually that bad.
Applause to that.
Yeah.
Said that while it has no major first-party games coming out before the end of its current financial year,
Just April.
and in March 2025, the company plans to continue releasing major single-player game titles every year from the next fiscal year onwards. Do you reckon it's because Concord was a dumpster fire? Do you reckon?
Well, some games have been developed for years, haven't they? So, like Wolverine, Ghost of Yotai. So, yeah, they probably just wanted the live service ones to do well until the big ones come out. But, yeah, the live service hasn't gone well, so now they're without games.
They just... I don't know what Sony were hinking. They've got a history of producing some of the best single-player games the world has ever seen. and they went, right, we're going to totally transform our ethos and make live service games.
Chasing the magic.
Chasing Live Hero shooter games.
I was going to say pot of gold over the end of the rainbow, but yeah, go.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work though.
No.
No.
It's yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
People only will play. You can't have like 15 live service games because they're not all going to be played.
Nope.
Like Concord, for example. Like Fortnite has got it covered basically. Like Fortnite is the main one, and then you've got
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty now, like Apex.
Even Apex is dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Apex has been out for a long time. Like, I was surprised that it actually lasted as long as it did. Like,
it's got such a hardcore community.
Yeah, I think
And
that's what's kept it going.
The pro scene has a lot of money pumped into it early on. So there's people that have built a career around it professionally, whether that's esports, content creating, and
that's like just such a simple game like Counter-Strike that has just thrived for years and years and years. Like, just because of the esports.
The multimedia as well sometimes. Like Apex, isn't it? TV series based.
Apex has got a car. They've developed an anime series on.
There's,
okay.
It's got a lot of lore behind it, and there's a big
like
dedicated
Fortnite.
community. But even the dedicated communities now going, the game itself is not what we want, and that's live services. If you have one or two bad patches with a game or live service, they're just going to jump onto the next best thing.
Yeah, 100%. Fortnite could have 20 and there still be like 5-year-old kids playing it.
Yeah.
And I just think Sony need to stick to their guns and go, right, single player games, an occasional multiplayer addition to the single player games themselves, maybe. But I want to see Killzone back. I want to see some of the big names.
Is Sony 20th anniversary.
Yeah, I want to see big names that Sony made and branded and became popular via Sony instead of Concord. Which
I'd rather like some games be small as well because they take so long to make.
Yeah.
Because we're still waiting for the sequel to Skyrim.
You remember back in the day, like you'd have like new games out like every year, like the same like producers would be.
I think PS2 had 3 GTAs, like maybe.
Yeah.
And PS4 and PS5 have had 1 GTA.
Yeah, and the new one's not coming out till next year, if it even comes out next year.
Rockstar have gone from producing 3 or 4 games a year with
to one every 5.
They were releasing like the GTAs, and then they were releasing Midnight Club as well, and other titles
Max Payne, Red Dead.
Yeah, Max Payne was a great game. Yeah.
And all of a sudden they've gone, we're going to drop every
Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog's a main example.
Yeah.
Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3.
Yeah. I think Sony went, we need something to fill these gaps because they're not producing them at the same rate they were.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, I think they dropped a bollock on it.
I think Insomniac have been the VIPs since PS5.
Yeah.
I mean, they've released Spider-Man, late PS4, PS5, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Ratchet and Clank. Wolverine is in development.
Look at the work that they put into the accessibility in Spider-Man 2 as well. Like, it's insane. Like, like, huge props to them for doing that because they stuck with it. Like, even though a lot of people thought that they weren't going to complete it, and they did. It really turned out well.
And the mission in that with the deaf girl, that was like really good. I really enjoyed that mission.
Yeah, I've played that mission, and I was like, this is just good representation.
Yeah. People complained, as they always do. But...
Yeah. Well, you're always going to find... I think as well with the blind and visually impaired community, like when developers like that, like, Naughty Dog, Insomniac, like, do a solid game like that, the blind and visually impaired community will be loyal to them from there on. Like, they'll definitely go back, like, for the next one, like.
100%. It's as a saying I use, if you make it accessible, we will play it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Even if we're not into it, we'll still give it a go.
Yeah, so talking of accessible games, because the first one in the series surprised me, we're going to hand over to Jonny for his bit of gaming news.
I don't know if it's going to be accessible, but the new Hogwarts Legacy 2 has been announced that it's going to come in 2026. And it's going to follow some of the storyline from the new HBO series, the Harry Potter series that they're going making. So I think that could be interesting. I know a couple of visually impaired blind people that were able to play Hogwarts Legacy. Just they had some sighted help, but there's a lot there's a lot of sounds and stuff in that game that people use to get around.
It was very audibly solid. It had good, and it actually had pretty solid accessibility settings, text scaling, and a couple of other things that were very good. It's a bit of I don't want to go into the politics side of it, but there's also the tabooness of Harry Potter franchise stuff.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because I sat there going, this game's actually solid, but if you create content about it, people,
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, play what you want to play. You know what I mean? Like, never mind what everybody else is saying. But it would be nice. Like, I think it's a game that could be made more accessible. Like, it's on the fringes. Like, you know what I mean? It has a lot of accessibility features in it. Like, but it could have a little bit more without a huge amount of effort.
So this is the point we're at with games now, and it's quite nice to see that quite a lot of studios, not every studios, quite a lot of studios now have dipped their toes in to accessibility settings in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So hopefully that means in 2 to 3
the projects are being made now.
The projects that are being made now will then have added features that weren't necessarily, because once you've done it once inside coding and inside game development, it's easy to do it again.
You have the foundation.
They've got the foundations in place. They've got the skill knowledge. They've got people that kind of understand what they're doing. And the next step is maybe, right, let's get accessibility consultants in. Let's get blind playtesters in and push it to the next level. And it's getting there. And like you've said, Hogwarts is one of them ones where it's got such a mega following. And
a huge following, you know.
And especially inside the blind and visually impaired community, because this is going to sound really cliche, but blind and visually impaired children 20 years ago didn't have video games that were accessible. They didn't have a lot technology-wise that wasn't stupidly expensive, because when it was first started being developed, it cost thousands of pounds. Except books.
Yeah.
A lot of blind children had books, and a lot of blind children had Harry Potter books. So inside
I don't know what you mean about children. I literally just finished a Harry Potter book.
So it's got such deep-rooted roots inside the blind and visually impaired community because of the accessibility of it 2 decades ago when it was huge. It was something that we could get involved with the hype of because it was audiobooks. It came to audiobooks straight away. It was great.
Stephen Fry. Yeah.
So
and look, I listened to Stephen Fry do it, and he did a phenomenal job. Like, you know, the books, like, for anybody that hasn't listened to them, you gotta do it. Like, even if you're not hugely into Harry Potter, it's the story, like, and the way he tells it and does the voices is insane. It's great.
So apparently there was a story where he couldn't say the word pocketed it, so he's quite hard to say no. So he asked J.K. Rowling, apparently, could he not say that, and then she wrote in every other book after that.
Really? That's awesome.
Jesus Christ. But it's a bit, I don't know, tying it into the TV show feels a bit, the TV show.
So
nobody watches it.
Yeah, so the HBO TV show is going to be out, I think, next year or the year after, I think. So they're saying that they're so what I was reading this morning, because I only had a couple of hours to look this up. What I was reading this morning is that they're going to pull some aspects of the story from the TV show from it, whether that's going back and looking at more of Voldemort's time, or, you know, when Tom Riddle was at school or something like that. They're going to set it around them or something. We don't know, like, but it might. I hope it doesn't ruin it, where they try and just tell the Harry Potter story through the game again, because we've already had that with the old Harry Potter games.
Yeah.
And
almost looking like an evil dictator, but there
the dog is sat on my lap.
I'd also $1 million.
Yeah.
I'd also like there to be multiplayer. I think, like, the fact that there wasn't multiplayer in the first game, I think, like, ruined it for a lot of people, because everybody wanted to be a wizard and go around with their friends, like, you know what I mean?
It's like me and Cam have just started, like, dipping our toes playing games and stuff together, and we both. I want to do a co-op game with Cameron on stream. Can we find a co-op game that's not like a decent like, not necessarily couch co-op, but multiplayer co-op game? There isn't. It's kind of like where have they gone? Like, we had Borderlands, Halo, all of
Yeah,
them were
like,
kind of very big.
10 years ago, co-op was huge. Like, there was so many games. Like, I remember doing completing Halo 2 with my friend, and we literally stayed up about 24 hours playing. You know what I mean? Because just so into it, like, got loads of snacks, sat down on the couch for like 24 hours just playing Halo together. Like, it was great fun.
Yeah.
You can't do that now. Like, there isn't really that many games. It's all about, like, multiplayer and bringing so many people together, where it doesn't work with every game or
No.
for everybody.
I
We're
want to see
still
less.
waiting for It Takes Two with the wife Wobbles as well.
Oh,
Just
we've been busy.
I've watched that.
That might cause us to.
Oh.
That might lead us to a divorce. So
Have you played Wobbly Life?
no, everyone keeps telling me I have to play Wobbly Life on
That's
screen.
a great game.
Yeah,
You two
everyone
could play that.
that's literally like someone saying to me, "Oh, we played Autism Simulator." It's like, no, I haven't. I have enough of that. Thank you.
I don't know. Me and a friend played that a couple of years ago, and we had such a
I'll
laugh.
have to
Like,
look into it.
he's driving the car, and I'm just hanging on to the back of it, like dragging me down the road and stuff.
So, we have covered actual games, and now Cameron comes with a bit of news that I saw yesterday and was like, I did a double take. So I was like, okay, this is quite unusual.
Yeah, it was quite a shocking event, and my news is gone. For God's sake, where's it gone? So
That's right. Cameron's got plenty of internet because he's home alone.
Boo.
Boo. Okay.
There we go. Now I just have to find the one that's not bright white on the screen. There we go. So Fallout Season 2 has now cast Macaulay Culkin of Home Alone fame and Home Alone 2, where he starred with President Donald Trump. Fuck you. And he is going to play, apparently, a wacky character in Season 2, which I don't think explains much if you watch Season 1. So most of the characters were kind of wacky.
If you play like Fallout, there's a lot of people that live in basement, like old vaults, basement cellars.
Yeah, and they're all being tested.
They're all crazy.
Different things.
Like, and it's like scientists or professors that. And Macaulay Culkin's look at the moment definitely ticks that box.
I think it has been for the last couple of years. Like,
he hasn't had an easy life. Let's just say he hasn't had an easy life. But, apparently he's going to be partly set in Las Vegas as well, which is quite exciting because
cool.
Fallout New Vegas, best Fallout.
Yeah, season one of the show was awesome. I thought I was
probably the best video game series.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Got their knickers in a twist about it were hardcore Fallout fans that were like, the timeline doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that going around the internet as well. But I think you got to watch it for what it is as well. You know what I mean? Like it tells a good story, an interesting story.
And it's great TV. It's gory. It's action packed. It's good storyline. It's funny. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I rinsed it in about 2 days, I think.
Yeah, same. As soon as I started watching it, I couldn't stop. And then I started recommending it to everybody. I was like, you gotta watch this.
Yeah. But another quick bit of news. Mass Effect apparently TV series has been greenlit.
Is
written by the Amazon.
Amazon, so that'll be not animated, that'll be IRL, won't it?
Yeah, IRL, yeah.
Who's going to play Shepard?
That's the thing. I saw a good tweet the other day. They should literally film the show twice with a male and a female and let people choose what they want to watch.
Oh, yeah, because
he won't because expensive.
20 quid says it's a man.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're gonna do it. They are gonna do it, man. Like I like both Shepards. Like
I've never had. It's
I can never create my own Shepherd when I'm the man because they all look like derpy melted candle faces. If it's not like Mark Mia, I think Mark Mia is like the face of Shepherd, like very very handsome man. Everyone else looks like like a melted candle. But it'll be interesting to see how they do.
Could be good. There's a person that just left a video game franchise. They could always try and tap up Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I did see rumors about that, but apparently he's doing a Warhammer series.
Oh.
So you know where he's like with Warhammer. He's a big fan.
Yeah, he does D&D as well, doesn't he? He's quite a
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of games have been turned into TV series lately.
It's because of the success of The Last of Us. Let's be quite honest.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
it definitely wasn't the Borderlands 4 film or the Borderlands 4 film.
No.
The Borderlands film.
I heard.
I'm watching that tonight. That's my plan for this evening because I've not seen it yet.
Live watch along on stream.
And I adore the Borderlands franchise. Like it's up there as like one of my 3 or 4 favorite gaming franchises.
Yeah,
And I've seen like so much mixed reviews on it, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put myself through it tonight.
Yeah, that's the thing when it's a game and then it gets turned into a series. There's always gonna be people like, oh, the character's not like that.
That's my worry because like Claptrap is my favorite ever video game character.
He's Jack Black.
And he's Jack Black, and I adore Jack Black, but I couldn't. Jack Black and Claptrap just don't kind of see.
Yeah, he's in the Minecraft movie as well, Jack Black, isn't he?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, the trailer for that. Yeah. That's got a lot of like controversy around as well. People be like, it doesn't look like Minecraft. I'm like, it's a TV. It's a movie.
What do you want
it supposed to look like?
So, we have covered this week's gaming news. Yeah, it's been positive this week. I'm not going to say any more, and I'm not going to say any less. If you're a regular listener, watcher of the show, you'll probably know what I mean. But we'll swiftly move on to guess this mess before I jinx it. So, catch you in a second. Hello everybody and welcome back. As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, we are still joined by the glorious Blind Boy, aka Jonny, and my hostess with the mostess, Cameron, is also still with us. We move on to the part of the show now where Jonny takes control and pits myself and Cameron against one another in terms of our gaming knowledge. It's time for Guess This Mess. Jonny, over to you.
Right, so the first game we have, we'll describe it. It is a guy with a deep gravelly voice that likes to climb into boxes and take out enemies.
Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, yes, there you go.
I was about to shout Snake and then you beat me to it. Just Snake!
Right, let's go. Game 2. Right. Strong looking man with a bald head. You could also scan his head in Tesco's. And he likes to play.
Oh no.
Nope.
Hitman.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. I was literally thinking barcode.
Yeah, he's a barcode on his head.
I was thinking Kratos in Tesco.
That's what I did.
Morrison's.
He shops at Morrison's, yeah.
Yeah. Right, maybe Tesco's a bit stretch. All right, game 3. Right, you play a 4-legged animal that likes to go around headbutting things, sometimes licks things, and things go boom.
Goat Simulator.
Oh.
Yes, there you go.
Boom. I'm back ahead, boy.
I was thinking like the Nintendogs or something.
That's a good show.
We all know what Cameron likes to play in his spare time, so.
I got a platinum on it.
I was like,
Floppy goat.
I was like,
did
you play as the dog in Nintendogs? That was where my thought path was going.
Oh, well done. Well done.
All this talk about simulators. Come on, you should have copped it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. I think that's probably the quickest we've ever gone through them, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe I made them too easy.
No, I said, like we've had so many like different.
We kind of the first 2-3 weeks were freaking solid. We were spending ages going, and then you kind of got to think inside the box a bit, or inside and outside the box at the same time. Some people make it really obvious.
Yeah.
But then it's too obvious, and then sometimes some people just go out there with absolute curveballs of descriptions.
Yeah.
Like the one I
think the last episode I had to cut that like about 5 minutes of us going.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that would be Harriet's because she picked Sega Saturn games, and we were like, "Oh God!"
That's why Sega Saturn's not banned.
Yeah, Sega Saturn's not
Banned.
banned. It's just there's a door. There's a sign on the door of to put it bluntly Studios. Just says Sega Saturn is banned.
Just a big circle with a cross going
Yeah,
through it. Yeah. Nice. No, well done, guys.
Yeah. I
So
think I'm one ahead now.
Cameron's one ahead. I'm still 2 behind the guests because I'm terrible at this. But I would like to first of all, say a massive thank you to Jonny.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me and hosting me. Like
it's
been a
refreshing
pleasure.
to meet someone that's got my attitude towards sight loss and like my ethos of. I've actually sent Cameron this quote because it's something that I'm going to probably use in something moving forward and quote you on it. It's you aren't losing yourself because you are losing your sight.
Jonny, get a trademark now.
Yeah,
he
100%.
He will rob it.
No,
it's going on a Wobbly Gamer t-shirt.
Yeah,
as we speak.
I think that just resonates massively with your personality as well, because you're just so down to earth. You have a laugh and a joke, and in stream,
You
off
like
stream.
farming, down to earth.
Yeah,
100%.
But seriously, everyone in the chat, please go and follow Jonny. His links are in the dump.
He's in streamer mode.
I'm in stream. I've just said chat, didn't I? Yeah.
Yep. He's in streamer.
Everyone listening.
He can't turn it off.
I can't turn it off. I'm always on, boys. Always on.
Big time streamer here, boy.
Oh, don't say that.
Thousand subs.
I wish it was 1,000 subs. Yeah.
Congratulations on 1,000 followers, by the way.
Thank you. No.
While we're here.
Well done, mate. Well done, mate.
Thank you. It's appreciated. But we like to finish this episode, and you're probably going to do this hilariously. We finish with done. Do you know Gordon Ramsay? Every bit he does, every little video he does on his cooking programs, he puts the plate down and he goes, done. So I'm going to say goodbye. Cameron's going to say goodbye. And then if you could say goodbye, Jonny, and give us your best Gordon Ramsay done impression. And we will end on that note. We will be back. There's probably going to be a week gap.
Yeah.
Between episodes.
Unless
me and Cameron drop a football special or something in between.
No,
maybe.
Yeah.
Just trying to work out dates. But our next and last guest of season 1 is a big one. So please
don't reveal it.
No, I'm not. So please keep an eye on that one. That will be plastered all over our socials. So again, a massive thank you to Jonny for joining us. Yep. Please go and follow him on all of his platforms. I would just like to say I've been the Wobbly Gamer.
I've been Cameron Keywood.
And I have been BlindBoy, and we are done.
To put it bluntly,